We begin this news hour in Yemen, where Houthi leader abdel-malik al-houthi has, for the first time, addressed his supporters since Friday's coup. He justified the takeover, calling it a revolution. Al-houthi criticised the former president Mansour Hadi for stepping down, saying his resignation was a deliberate step to create a power vacuum. The Houthi leader also warned against those protesting the takeover. He says taking control of the government is the best thing he's done for all Yemenis.
The Yemeni people have earned the right to lead a dignified, free life. The Yemeni people are worthy of obtaining their demands and rightful wants. The historic, significant moment taken by our people yesterday represented in the constitutional declaration of a significant step forward. This move comes to address the vacuum through which other forces meant to undermine the efforts of our people. Some political forces and collaborators within and outside Yemen failed to understand that the Yemeni people are adamant they will achieve their legitimate, lawful, just demands to establish a dignified way of life.
Jamal Elshayyal joins us from Aden. What else did al-Houthi have to say that gives us some sort of indication of the way forward?
Well, Jane, abdel-malik al-Houthi had said that it wasn't a choice that they went after in terms of taking power, but it was something that was forced upon them. He said that were it not for the fact that former President Mansour Hadi and his government resigned, creating a power vacuum, then they would not have essentially taken upon themselves to take power. But it's important to note that Mansour Hadi and his government, when they resigned, said the reason why they had resigned was because Houthi gunmen had forcibly taken over Sana'a on September the 21st, roughly 4 months before that resignation, and made it impossible for the government to be able to do their jobs. Al-Houthi said that whilst his group is a minority, that this was a revolution for all of Yemen, also trying to reach out to Southerners. Southerners here are very much against the Houthis, not only because of the sect, the fact that the Houthis are a Shia sect and the Southerners here are Sunnis, but also because a large part of the southern population here is opposed to anyone from the north anyway, because they want their own independent state. So he also tried to reach out to regional countries. He said that the al-Qaeda threat in Yemen was so grave and so significant that had his gunmen and militia not taken power, the al-Qaeda threat could have spread, and that would have affected Saudi Arabia and other countries, and therefore it was his duty. He was actually doing their job for them, protecting them by taking power. So, he hasn't backed down from the coup. In fact, he's just tried to legitimize it, not only at home, but also abroad.
And I wonder if this is going to placate those in the country who are against this coup, because it's been a day of protests, hasn't it?
Indeed, protests in Taiz, protests in Aden, even in Sana'a. Obviously, those protests in Sana'a were swiftly dealt with in terms of Houthi fighters firing live ammunition in the air to disperse those crowds. We understand a couple of dozen, at least, protesters were abducted by the Houthi gunmen, as well as some local journalists, in fact, have also been taken from there. So a lot of protests from a popular reaction point of view, but also reaction from local governments, so from the governor of Aden, from people in the governorate of Sabah in the south as well, saying that they do not recognize the new people in power in Sana'a, and that they will deliberate amongst themselves a way to find some sort of common governance between those different cities and towns that do not recognize this coup.
Jamal Elshayyal reporting from Aden.